Welcome to the 22nd Annual Wild and Scenic Film Festival. I'm your host, Elisa Parker. My partner in crime, Kim Ewing, will be joining as well here and there. We're going to be with you all weekend, and we are connecting you with extraordinary human beings who are taking leaps and having the courage to not only just tell the stories, but like live it as well. You know, we focus on climate justice, outdoor adventure, and the solutions and how we show up in our best way. Someone who is modeling that in an extraordinary way is my guest today, Timmy O'Neil. I am so thrilled to have him here with us. The film is Soundscape, and welcome, Timmy, to Wild and Scenic.
Thank you. It is great to be in this lovely town.
You must hang out in Nevada City because you live in South Tahoe.
I'm close, but far enough away that I was only here for my first time last year for the festival.
What film did you have then?
I was here with my wife, Sarah, her film called This Is Beth.
Yeah.
Which won an award.
Yes.
And now she's back again with another film. She produced not only this film, but our little boy, Cody, who's 14 months old.
That's the most amazing thing to produce as a human being.
She's incredibly heroic, yeah.
That's amazing. So Soundscape, we're going to talk about what you're doing, but let's talk about Soundscape. It's a wonderful film. You are an outdoor adventure enthusiast, and you've coupled this with helping others who we might perceive as not having the full capability to experience the outdoor world, as like rock climbing, for example. So in the film, well, you tell us about it, because you feature an incredible man, Eric Weinmeier.
Yes, yeah.
And he's blind.
Eric went completely blind around 12 years old. And in the film, he says this line that his greatest fear wasn't being blind, it was missing out on all of these incredible opportunities that might disappear with his vision. But he made sure that wasn't the case, along with his father, Ed, who really drove Eric's interest and opportunity to get into the out of doors. And I met Eric 20 years ago, or more than that, when he did the first blind ascent of Mount Everest.
What?
So he had
No
a film.
way.
Yeah, he had a film in, and I had a film. So we met, and then we lived close when I lived in Colorado, and I went climbing with him. And he needs an individual to lead the way because he can't see. But the film I've been wanting to create for a long time, and it finally came to fruition last year, and I'm excited to have it here at Wild and Scenic.
Tell everyone why the title Soundscape.
Well, you know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Well, in Eric's case, beauty is in the ear and in the touch and in the nose and in the taste of the beholder. And we wanted to create the film to provide people an opportunity to take the driver's seat, if you will, of blindness. So we used animation in a unique way to create Eric's point of view so that when you're watching the film, you can imagine what it may be like to use your hands to touch the rock and then visualize what you're touching, or to hear the landscape around you as you're walking in and out and climbing, and again, imagine what it is that exists around you.
I love how you used animation in the film where, like you said, his sense of, like, here he's climbing. What was the rock that you guys were climbing in the film, by the way?
It's called the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. And so he's usually in sound space. Like the connection, it's the connection physically, but also like even when you get to the summit and it's like knowing what's out in the horizon because how noise bounces off, which is fascinating. And it gives you such, even as visually being able to see, makes you realize how much we rely on that, and we're probably not even aware of that in our lives. Just the sensory part of that.
Yeah, there's a really interesting book called An Immense World by a guy named Ed Young, and in it he talks about the Umwelt, which is this concept of living organism and the way that they perceive the world around them. And in the book, you get this strong understanding of all of the different ways that all of these different organisms view, experience, taste, touch, all of it, sense the world around you. And in the film, we're human, so we're talking about humans that do this. And our goal with the film was to expand people's minds, to dilate and let more light in, more understanding that life is, yes, what you perceive, but there are so many different ways to perceive it.
True, very true. So in the film, you're co-leading Eric up, right? What did you do, Timmy, in preparation for that? Because you're serving as a guide where you're using your feet, you're using sounds, you're instructing him on other areas to hold or see that he might not even be able to, obviously he can't see it, right? So what prepared you for that? And can you tell everyone a little bit more about what that process is like as he's climbing up Incredible Hulk?
So climbing is about movement, right?
Right.
But climbing really is about mindset. So you don't have to climb to be able to use the mindset that you find through climbing, overcoming adversity, dealing with the adaptive process, division of duties, teamwork. So Eric and I have been climbing together for decades, and that experience we have is mutually beneficial. I learn from him and he learns from me, and we're both really open to receive that information. So with Eric, he is an incredibly fast and adept hiker. He's able to move through landscape that's very challenging very quickly. In the film, he says, if you wait for the perfect footstep, you'll never take that footstep.
Wow.
And I say in the film that he doesn't wait to feel necessarily safe, he just waits to feel and moves. And in the film, you get a strong understanding that there are many forms of resistance in this world, right? There are many things that you can resist, and there are many ways that you can be irrational, right? So Eric resists, I believe, the negative narrative that says, don't go there, you can't do this, you're not capable. And then he has what people would call an irrationality around that he does go there, that he does overcome it, that he does have a deep, meaningful experience with the landscape that delivers an incredible amount of meaning and beauty, all through what people would say is an inability to perceive, but yet he perceives it and feels it so incredibly fully that he can't wait to get back again.
It's extraordinary. Timmy, how has this changed your life? Like in the work that you're doing right now, how is this experience that, I mean, obviously working, being a partner in this with Eric for so long, how has this changed how you're showing up now, especially as we're in this post-pandemic world?
You know, I think if there's one thing that could save us, it's love. And I think to make this film is about sharing the love that Eric and I have for one another, the love we have for risk-taking and adventure, the love we have for these beautiful landscapes. And I think to share the film and to have it be shown and shared as widely, globally as it has been, is a reminder that we're all telling a story and we all have something for sale. Right? So what is the story you're telling and what are you hoping to sell somebody on? So I think for Eric and I, we're hoping to share a story that is about, of course, overcoming adversity, about resisting the negative narrative, about being irrational in the face of what convention may tell you.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that we can take that seed and like the mighty oak, it'll grow in everyone that hears it.
Wow, Timmy O'Neil. Boom. Boom, just like that. When is Soundscape going to be screening here at Wild and Scenic?
Soundscape is showing tonight in Grass Valley as a series of short films.
Okay, and you're also going to be leading folks at the climbing gym?
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool experience at Gold Crush in Grass Valley. It's the local climbing gym. We have a couple dozen people who are joining us to have a visual impairment experience. Again, it's a really cool thing, like when you read a book or when you visit a museum or when you have a great conversation, you have this opportunity to learn and to be changed, right? So tomorrow we hope to take 90 minutes to change people's lives positively and indelibly.
Well, it was such an incredible honor to connect with you, Timmy. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time with us and for being part of this festival. Timmy O'Neil, the film is called Soundscape. You're going to want to check it out and maybe even go to experience the rock climbing experience tomorrow with them. Great to have you here. I'm Elisa Parker. It is the Wild and Scenic Film Festival, and we will be here with you all weekend long. And do come on down and participate. Change your life, like Timmy's offering. We'll be right back. Thank you.